Hello everyone. In this video, we will talk about file I/O or file input/output in C. File I/O, short for file input/output, refers to the process of reading data from or writing data to files on a computer's storage system. In programming, file I/O is a crucial concept as it allows programs to interact with files on disk, enabling tasks like reading configuration files, saving user data, and processing large data sets stored on a disk. In the context of the C programming language, file I/O involves using functions provided by the C standard library to read from and write to files. Here is a brief overview of the basic file operations in C. To open a file for reading or writing, the fopen function is used. It returns a file pointer, which is used to refer to the opened file. Functions like fread and fscanf are used to read data from a file. Functions like fwrite and fprintf are used to write data to a file. Once all file operations are completed, it's important to close the file using the fclose function to release system resources. Now let's talk about file modes in C. File modes in C are used to specify the type of operations that can be performed on a file. Here are some commonly used file modes in C programming. R, which is short for read, opens a file for reading. The file must exist. W opens a file for writing. If the file already exists, its contents are cleared. If the file doesn't exist, a new file is created. A, which is short for append, opens a file for appending. Data is added to the end of the file. If the file does not exist, a new file is created. B indicates binary mode. It is typically added to the mode string to open files in binary mode. For example, RB for reading binary, WB for writing binary, and AB for appending binary. The plus sign opens a file for both reading and writing. Let's head to VS Code for practical examples. Before opening my C file, I already have a few lines of data in a file called text.csv. To open it, code text.csv. You can see that I have David 85 kgs, Alex 65 kgs, and we will use this file for file I/O. Now I will code a simple program that should first open a CSV file and read its data. Then we will do another version to write to that file. #include standard io.h. Then inside my main function, and main inside parentheses void, then open braces, close braces. Inside my main function, file, all in capital letters, then asterisk file, colon, then char buffer inside brackets 255, then a colon, then file equals to fopen inside parentheses and quotations text.csv, comma, inside quotations RB, then a colon. f inside parentheses file equals null, then inside curly braces f printf inside parentheses standard error or std error, comma inside quotations error opening the file, then a \n, then return 1 semicolon. Then while inside parentheses fread inside parentheses buffer comma 1 comma size of buffer comma file greater than 0, then inside curly braces printf inside parentheses and quotations %s\n comma buffer, then a semicolon, then fclose inside parentheses file semicolon, and at the end return 0 semicolon. Here file *file declares a pointer file of type file, all in uppercase, which is used to point to the file stream. It's a common practice in C to use a file pointer when working with files. Char buffer inside brackets 255 declares an array named buffer of characters with a size of 255 bytes. This array is used to store data read from the file using fread. fopen function opens the file named text.csv in binary read mode and returns a pointer to the open file, which is stored in the file pointer. fread function reads data from the file pointed to by file. Buffer is the pointer to the memory location where the data read will be stored. 1 is the size in bytes of each element to be read. Size of buffer is the number of elements to read. File is the pointer to a file object that specifies the stream to read from. Then the printf prints the data, and then fclose function closes the file associated with the file pointer, releasing any resources associated with it. To compile and run this, make file and then /file. You can see it outputs David, 85 kg, Alex, 65 kg. Now I will clear all of this and implement another version. #include inside angle brackets stdio.h, then #include inside angle brackets string.h, then end main inside parentheses void, then inside curly braces file *file semicolon, then constant or const for constant char *new entry equals to inside quotations Jack, 78 kg, then \n, then file equals to fopen inside parentheses and quotations text.csv, inside quotations ab semicolon, then f inside parentheses file equals null, then inside curly braces fprintf inside parentheses std err or standard error, comma, inside quotations, error opening the file, then a \n and a semicolon, then return 1 semicolon. Fwrite inside parentheses new entry, comma, 1, comma, *len inside parentheses new entry, comma, file, semicolon, then fclose inside parentheses file, semicolon. Now, after writing to the file, we want to see the new modified file. So we will open this text.csv file again, and this time we will read the data. So file equals to fopen inside parentheses and quotations text.csv, comma, inside quotations rb, then a semicolon, then f inside parentheses file equals null inside curly braces fprintf inside parentheses std err, comma, inside quotations error opening the file \n, then a semicolon, and then return 1 semicolon. Char buffer inside brackets 255 semicolon, then while inside parentheses fread inside parentheses buffer, comma, 1, comma, size of buffer, comma, file greater than 0, go ahead and print inside parentheses and quotations %s, comma, buffer, a semicolon, then fclose file, semicolon, and last but not least, return 0 semicolon. File *file declares a pointer file of type file, all in capital letters, for file operations. Constant char new entry initializes a string called new entry containing jack, 75 kg followed by a new line character. File equals to fopen opens the file in append mode for writing, returning a file pointer stored in file. And then error handling checks if the file opening operation was successful using file equals null, printing an error message to standard error if not. And then fwrite writes the content of new entry to the file pointed to by file, interpreting new entry as a string of length *len new entry to write 1 byte at a time. Fclose closes the file, and then we reopen the file using fopen. We read the data from it using fread, then we close the file using fclose file. Now to compile this, make file and then /file. You can see it outputs David 85 kg, Alex 65 kg, Jack 75 kg. And if I go back to the CSV file, you can see it is added there too. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. Like and subscribe. Have a nice time.